Hello. Turns out I think there might actually be some just like basic background noise being picked up from my fan, but there's not much I could do about it. I've tried to limit it a bit by turning the fan off at an angle so it's not directly like blowing towards me or the mic. But yeah, there's not a whole lot I could do. I've already tried raising the uh noise suppression on the mic, but it just doesn't want to. Also, here's something. With those recipes just now, surely they could have just made it so we don't have to buy. I don't know why I'm buying those. Why we have to, like with recipes and blueprints, I don't know why we have to buy, and then you can only buy one, so then we have to hit, like, purchase again. We can't just, like, automatically buy it. I mean, I get it streamlines the whole thing, everything's set up the same way, but it's just one of those little things that I don't really see. Let's talk to Catherine first. Another Catherine. Ah, yes. I also want to teleport. Ah, that's a shame. Yes, we do know how to use teleport waypoints. Okay, so basically, she's just gonna set up the Adventurers Guild for us over here. We'll do that later, though, as we have a much more important task called progressing the story. Oh yeah, I also thought about switching over to English voices for some of the stuff. Wow, Heihachi. Who am I and what am I looking at? Ellipses, that's what. What am I staring at you for? Wow. You wouldn't have wanted to be here, huh? What is that official assignment? Shneznaya. I also don't know if I'm gonna read all this stuff. I probably should have read that, but... Here's our invitation letter.
シャブ業の印象、トーマさんですか？お二方は普通の身分ではないようですね。では、シャブ業の小さな保有地、木漏れ茶屋へようこそ。そうこなくっちゃな。
I guess we can go in now.
やっと着いた。トーマはどこだ？あれ、トーマのやつ、まさか約束を破ったのか？
Maybe.
約束を破るだなんてひどいな。君たちこそ俺のことを忘れてたじゃないか。
Mm-hmm.
どういうことだ。犬が喋った。
No, he's probably behind it.
驚くことはない。俺のこの状態を見るのは初めてだったかな。
Or maybe not. Maybe he really is a dog.
うん。リーゆえではこのようなものを見たことはなかったのか。
そうか。おいら、なんかわかった気がするぞ。
I know a dog when I see one.
もう冗談はここまでにしよ
お前ってやつは、なんでいつもこうなんだ。
う。離島の時も茶屋の時も君たちを待つ時間がとてつもなく長くてね。
I wonder what Toma's like Paimon's nickname for Toma is. And after this, I think I'm gonna do a quick like be right back, and I'm gonna switch over to English voicing just for all these like cutscenes
こん
and
な特殊
everything.
な待ち合わせ方法を考えたのさ。でもやはり二人には俺からのきちんとした謝罪を受け取ってほしい。これまでの数々の試練は必要な形式だったんだ。すべては君たちをお嬢のところまで連れて行き、俺たちの来航に立ち向かえる仲間になれるかどうかを見極めるためのね。
真面目な顔になったからって、おいらたちが許すと思うなよ。
On the other hand, if we're gonna see Ayaka soon,
やりすぎたかな。悪い悪い。
yeah, well, I already know what this is talking about, so let's go with this
君
one.
は最初から規則なんかにとらわれるような人じゃないだろ。君の意志は揺らぐことがなく、屈服することもない。はるか昔、俺もそんな仲間を一人持っていた。しかし来航が下され、
Yes.
へえ、君たちも彼のことを知っているとは。
Actually, if you give me 1 second, I can bring Kazuya right over here, actually.
彼の光はかすかなものなんかじゃなかったみたいだ。
So, will we be able to meet the Shirasagi Himegimi? What a name.
もちろんさ、シャブ行所の上里府まで連れて行ってあげるよ。だがその前にもう一つ二人には来てほしい場所があるんだ。
どこだ。
鳴上島に住んでいる限り無視することのできない建設中の巨大な千住百目心臓だよ。
Ah. But will it let me resonate? And before there, I'm gonna switch on over to that. I'm just gonna quit the game. I'm not gonna put music on just because there's really not gonna be... It's not gonna be that long. All I'm gonna do... Oops! Actually, that was a mistake. I guess I will put on music then while I do this. Just so it's just not just me talking. We'll get this going. And just some nice quiet music. So, yep, that was my mistake. I keep forgetting you had to change the language and then restart the game. But in the meantime, I'll just have this going on in the background. Maybe I'll lower it down a little bit. Hopefully that sounds good. Just for a little background noise, you know? Just so it's not plain silence or just nothing going on when I'm talking. Add a little bit of spice. But yes, as much as I want to hear Ayaka in Japanese, I'm going to switch it over to the English voices, just so it's a little easier. We're going to have a lot of cutscenes, we're going to have a lot of characters talking, and I know they have the text on screen, but I think it might make it just a little bit easier if they were just speaking it in English. So I'll just do that. Switch it over to English. I'll restart the game now. And then we can continue on to the story. I just think for some people it'll probably be easier if there's the English dub, so they don't have to read it, you can just hear it. I personally don't mind either way, but it's one of those things where if there is, I feel like, for me personally, if there was going to be any sort of dubbing, I guess, as long as there are like subtitles on it, I'd rather there wasn't any ability to skip forward, I think. Just because if it were me and I was playing on my own, I mean, you saw it a little bit in some of the earlier conversations. If it was me and I was playing on my own, I'd be skipping through dialogue pretty quickly. I'd like read over it really quick and then I'll just skip it on. But I understand that's not always the best for people. Get going. Everything should be going all good. We should be all clear. While the game's loading, it'll depend. If I see it, I'm gonna try and do something that may or may not end the stream. And I don't think it did. So I think we're all good, and I think the stream's going perfectly well. Oh. Let's see. That's not what I wanted. But, Genshin opened up the advanced little window, so now it's got me going through a bunch of settings. Let's see. Well, let's set it. What can I set it to? Oh, only weird aspect ratios. Oh, that's kind of gross. Yeah. That's kind of gross. I can't set it to like any nice, clean. Well, I guess I'll try. I guess I'll try this. I wanted to have my aspect ratio on 1440. I know we're only streaming at 720, but if you could have a higher like source and then it just gets worsened or it gets compressed. Plus, at least on my side, I don't want to look at a tiny little window. It'll be easier for me to play if there's a bigger screen. But they've got all these really gross aspect ratios that aren't quite there. Like, the width is there, but then they're like weird lengths. So they're not quite 16, they're all like 16 by 10, which is really weird. But that's neither here nor there. Oh, this is funny too. You can't see it, but I'm currently in Task Manager right now. And I'm moving my mouse around in Task Manager. And, just pause that. I was moving my mouse around in Task Manager, and because the game loaded in, I was moving the camera around in game while I was trying to do stuff in Task Manager. So, turns out we were in this tea house for a very short amount of time. Now we're going all the way up here. Am I really getting lag here? Unbelievable. Well, we're going to the statue of the omnipresent. Stop that. Frame drops. You stop that. Feed the puppy. Where's the puppy? Where's the puppy? Oh, that's the wrong button. I mean, we'll do this anyway. Where's the puppy? Where is it? I don't see it. Did I miss it? Is it this? No, that's a bird. Is this a puppy? No, you're not a puppy. Also, I don't know why I'm getting these spikes like that. Okay, and then the language thing did go through because that's Mark Witten. Where's the puppy? It told me to feed the puppy and I don't see it. They're talking about the dog inside the... Talking about the dog inside of the thing? Woof. Can you understand me? Or woof? Didn't think so. Can I sign a contract with you?
What delicious tea. Interesting.
What a good boy. Anything down here? Well, I guess I'll walk out here again. I want to know where that puppy was. It said there was a puppy. It said emergency quest. Feed the puppy. And I didn't see it.
for sure.
Hey, Yuzu. I can tell you some stories. Ah, exclusively local. I didn't hear anything. Interesting. Well, I guess we'll have to give up on the dog for now. I don't know why I'm getting those lag spikes. That's a real pain.
My store is offering the latest in fashion. Come and have a look.
There are a couple other things I could check. Worst comes to worst, what I might have to do is try to restart the game again. Yeah, so I think that's what I'm gonna do. So while that's going, it might be the voice thing, I doubt it, but I didn't think we'd have any problems. Hopefully this works a little bit better. Warning. Switch over to this. Title screen isn't fun to watch. There we go. Hopefully this works better. I say that, but there's some other things too. I don't know if I've ever really gotten this to work before, but I generally don't prefer doing this just because, I don't know, I just don't like having it on. I don't know, I just don't like having the game on full screen. I don't know, I don't know, it just doesn't feel right, I guess. So I don't think I will. But we seem to be okay now. Hopefully. I think we might have sorted out all problems. And there he is. Kazuha Kaedehara. With his full name displayed. Surely there were easier ways to go about doing that. Like not shrinking his name down to be that small. Look how tiny it is. I mean, I get like the meaning behind why they did it, but I've yet to hear a single person call him by his full name.
Time to go.
This is the wrong way, isn't it? I just assumed, hey look, giant mansion. Let's go in there. See, this is the kind of thing that I don't understand with the climbing. It's like, why'd you get stuck on that one specific corner?
This area sure feels gloomy. People probably don't come here often, do they? Huh? Are Paimon's eyes playing tricks? Or are there things embedded in the statue?
Does that mean your eyes are playing tricks on you? Paimon?
Visions.
Visions, you say?
Visions? You mean all the visions that are collected from the Vision Hunt decree are put into this statue?
Okay, if this is what you were talking about, you can't see my cursor, but if this is what you were talking about when you said your eyes were playing tricks on you, Paimon, I think you really need to get something else checked. Obviously, this could just be seen as, like, decorative in the statue. The statue doesn't have to be nothing but stone. There can be things inlaid in it.
So you've already heard of the Vision Hunt decree?
I have heard of the Vision Hunt decree. Why did the Shogun issue the Vision Hunt decree?
Before I try to explain, I should perhaps remind you first that Mondstadt is the city of freedom, and Liyue is the city of contracts.
You know I did this to help with all the cutscenes. I gotta say, I like Toma's Japanese voice much more.
As for Inazuma, it's known as the Nation of Eternity. The Raiden Shogun is both the nation's most powerful ruler and its deity. The Eternity in question is her endless and unchanging will to rule over Inazuma. As such, she relies on the Tri-Commission to regulate the nation's affairs and the Sakoku Decree to limit the people's movement. The Shogun wishes to keep Inazuma in stasis, allowing the stream of time to flow from one end to the other without disturbing it for all time.
Interesting. Not sure how that's supposed to work.
Seems like every god has their own will.
I mean, one would assume.
Of course, this is my own limited understanding. As for the reason behind the recent Vision Hunt decree, perhaps the Shogun believes that visions grant people the power to change, and that her eternity doesn't allow for such instability to exist.
Interesting.
Whatever the case, the fact is that the Raiden Shogun has dispatched the Tenryo Commission to scour the nation for visions, embedding each one in this statue.
Ah. So some of those are lit. Are they lit just because it's the color? Or because these people are still alive?
And this statue of the omnipresent god can be seen as Inazuma's symbol of eternity.
But if that's the case, wouldn't you say that the Raiden Shogun is being, oh, I don't know, selfish?
Only outlanders such as yourselves would ever dare speak out so directly against the Raiden Shogun.
Okay, so I wasn't hearing things. Toma says Raiden Shogun, and Paimon says Raiden Shogun. Gotta love it. Gotta love the inconsistencies with the English dub.
And yet, I agree. The Vision Hunt decree is something that simply should not exist. And Miss Kamisato has been committed to fighting it since the day it was announced.
Huh? Hey, are you okay? You look like your mind is elsewhere.
Are the visions speaking to me?
Sound? What sound? I didn't hear anything. Did something happen?
Yeah,
Into
you
the
touched
unknown.
the statue, and then what?
I could hear the sound of people's aspirations.
Aspirations?
Yeah, aspirations. It's probably something else with our wacky traveler from a distant world thing.
That would seem to confirm the saying.
Oh, speaking of travelers from another world, Alloy's supposed to come in sometime in a couple months, maybe? Somewhere between, what, 2.2 and 2.3, I think they said? So, that's something.
Have you heard it before? That when a person's ambition reaches a certain strength, the gods look upon them with favor. That is where visions come from. In other words, a person's vision represents their ambition.
Wow.
So if what you just said is true, then the ambitions of these people are stronger than I imagined.
Are they though?
Alright, time for the next stop on our tour of Narukami Island, the Kamisato residence.
A whole island.
Finally!
Is it the whole island? Oh, I guess it is an island. Just barely. Right there. Oh, you can't see my mouse, but right in this little spot right around here. It is an island. Also, I like how it's like, oh, it's an island separating from the rest of Inazuma. Look how shallow it is. It's barely an island.
Wherever in this world I roam, I carry memories of my home. This blade, It is the last link I have to the land of my birth.
He says while walking around. I'm gonna sneeze real quick. Oh man, can you imagine if I hadn't been muted for that? No, you can't, because you didn't hear it. We're going all the way over here, huh? I guess that leads... how do you think we're gonna be going? This way? This way? Well... I do want to check out a couple things. So I guess we'll go through the, city here, and then we'll... Oh. We'll go over to a teleport waypoint. See anything you like. If you can't find the right one, I can have one custom made. Huh. What do you make? Ah. You're not set up yet. That's a shame.
Textiles and kimonos it is.
Well, tell me about your store. For the name? Sure. The Netsuki no Gen Crafts. No, I see you're not from Inazuma. Netsuki is this kind of small craft work here in the pendants. Okay. Got the rope from the other side about my corn patch. Was stuck it onto the belt. Interesting. The Genpire. Oh, that's his name. I see. Minichiru. Huh. Actually, there was one other thing. What can you make to order? What would you like? Interesting.
Textiles and kimonos it is.
So almost anything you say. Well, let's stop by the, guild. This kind of layout kind of reminds me a bit of how Liuwei's set up.
Ad Astra Abyssosk. Welcome to the Adventurers Guild.
Hello again, Catherine. Why don't we dispatch some characters on an expedition? We got Kaya out to get money. We got Chongyun out to get those crystals. We got Bennett out to get crystals. We got Noelle out to get crystals. And then finally, we got Amber out to get those lavender melons. Because quite frankly, this is the same stuff as other places. Guess the Sunsetias might be useful. And now, there's a blacksmith, huh? Anything you have?
Time to go.
Anything unique over at the blacksmith? I guess we'll check that out. Is that a frame drop Is that a slag spike I see? It better not. Hello, Aratani. Who do you need to contact? Traveler Chu, how do you know who I am? The Yay Publishing Houses. Yup. Two writers who neither Inazuma nor do currently reside. Interesting. Okay. Ah, this, Yup, Chang the Ninth. The Legend of Sword. Wow. Then where do I find them if you don't know who they are? Wanwen Bookhouse. Okay. Interesting. Well, that's not what I wanted at all. Nor do I really want to talk to Chang the Ninth. Hello, kitty. I gotta find that puppy so I can do that feeding thing. Actually, you know what? Let's talk to this guy first. Hello, Togo. Origin commissions. Okay, talk to Hajime. About... Amenoma Smithy. Amenoma Smithy? The art. Forge to and sell weapons. Okay. Anything else? Tell me more about this art. The Raiden Gokaden. In ancient times, the Raiden passed on the process of forging. 5 disciples, each 5 different techniques. Okay. So this is just one of the 5. Interesting. Got any tricks? Let me ask. I am something of a master of the sword myself. Use jade steel from Tatarasuna when forging weapons. Tougher and sharper. Okay, so this is like the steel folding technique that they have in your... that it's like a real life thing, I assume. Yeah, so I assume like this jade steel is kind of like the folding that they do for like katanas and everything, where they hammer it out and then they just like fold the set of steel over and over and over on top of itself. Interesting. A free weapon.
The essence of
Yeah,
the
fillet
Amenoma
blade.
is to
Ah, and here I was hoping for a billet or a blueprint. Tell me more. Then we gotta get to the second branch. Got any tricks of the trade? Come to the wrong place. We don't have any secret forging techniques. Interesting. Well then, let's talk to Hajime. Looking for a handy piece of weapon. Let's see what they have to sell here. Yep. Same as everywhere else. 2 stars. Wasn't expecting a lot. Forging materials. Anything here? No, still all the old stuff. I guess I gotta get those new blueprints somehow. Look at all this stuff I can't make. Iron stings, both of those billets went to Kazuha. And I believe one of the Great Sword billets went into another snow tomb for Eula, and the other one was Noelle's White Blind. I guess we'll continue on.
essence of the Amenoma.
What's this? Oh. Just a new place to set commissions. I might do Inazuma later, but for now, Mondstadt's nice and easy, and I don't have to go to weird places. Another quest. A world quest. I suppose we'll pick this up too. It's on our way.
Time to go.
Hello, Midori. Oops. That's not the right place. A new story. What kind of new story? Uncle Ramsey. Gordon? He said he's been to many countries and seen many interesting things. Jeff? In order to record these things, a travelogue. Showed me a lot of his travelogues. Interesting. Iron carriage that flies in the sky in Fontaine. It runs along an invisible road. Interesting. Interesting. Ah. So a plane and a submarine, and I don't know about that grass. Did he tell you about Shneznaya? Huh. I'm sending his travelogues. He's running out of stories to tell Koichi. Komuro Tea House. Ah. You look. Hey, that's not saying I'm not that old, just that I'm old enough. Yeah, I'll help. Sure. Yeah, sure. We can do that sometime. In the meantime, though, if we stopped every time we saw a quest marker, we'd never get anywhere. So we're moving over to this one, and I plan on looping around this way. So potentially we could hit this shrine, and we could hit the domain. That's my plan, at least. And if we're going to be traveling, we're probably going to be fighting, which means, although convenient, I don't think this current setup is the best. Although... Oh, it was up there. That makes sense. Well then. See, this is what I'm talking about. Why can't you climb up? Why can't we get around this ledge? Like, why do we have to be right here? But that's neither here nor there.
The wind knows me.
We just gotta do this one of these, and then we just gotta do one of these. And away we go. Is this convenient? No, it's not. Am I gonna do it anyway? Yes, I am.
Wind strike! Taking a stroll in the middle of a downpour certainly rouses the spirit. But it's best to dry your clothes as soon as possible after the rain stops.
A broken cart. Ah, I guess someone did mention that. Shogunate Ledger of Goods and Payments. This book participating in number something volumes. Volumes, things made of paper. Books, probably. We don't have time for that. Who are you? Who are you? It doesn't matter.
But my defense was watertight.
Wind strike!
Watertight. Ironic. Damn, okay.
Incinerate!
I see how it is. I see how it is.
Boom boom!
And this is why I'd rather not run around, because... Oh, that was funny. I saw that in the background. I saw that. Okay, that's pretty funny. This is pretty funny. Oh, that hit me? It's kinda wild. Ah yes, imagine trying to use my level 50 Ningguang with a two-piece tracing bolide. What do I get from you guys? Nothing? I guess I can solve this thing now, which I guess means you want to stand here and...
Just what will we come across this time?
Ah, it is nice hearing... Oh, not facing the right way. Hearing the Traveler's English voice. What's her name? Sarah Miller Cruz? Yeah. I like how she... I think her performance as the Traveler is pretty good. I guess I stand here then. I could just get Lisa to do this, but... I will wait here. Ah. I don't understand how this is working, but I do know it's electro-triggered, and that means... To prevent waiting for this long period of time, we're instead going to use Lisa, because at least she can do it quickly. Or is that not going to work? Okay.
You're in for a little shock.
And then...
Come a little closer.
This one, and then one more. That turns that into 1. That turns that into
You're
1.
in for a little shock.
That brings both to 2. And that brings that both. Okay, so this will bring those both to 1.
You're in for a little shock.
Okay, so I guess I see how this works.
Come a
It
little
ticks up by
closer.
1 on each one. and after 3 they reset. So then, if you did this, yeah. Okay. Wow, Lisa's actually being useful for once. Also, I think I know what, is causing
Don't disappoint me.
the spikes. But, it's that weird, menu that shows up sometimes when you launch the game, where it pulls up the graphics window. And I was trying to get it to show up earlier. Okay. Actually, I want to test something. Okay, yeah. So, I guess that's how Ningguang's attacks work. She can do pretty good damage to the ores. Okay, now it's getting kind of annoying, because it's happening constantly. Iron chunk. I'm gonna collect these now, because I have a feeling... Oh, they all missed.
Beg for mercy.
There's no reason to not to grab these while we have them. Did I hit a bug? Yeah, there's no reason not to grab these while we can. Now you... A relay stone. Electric conduction. Discharge stone, accumulation stone. The Hormor shoots harmless electric currents, okay. Well, the lighter absorbs, okay. Okay. Ah.
Shudder.
Wrong button. I see. This is those are those things I saw that Bennett video with. Interesting. Electro sigil? Well, we have time to do all this stuff later. Is that a Shneznayan? It is. Are they electro? Yes, they are.
Beg for mercy.
Does that mean it's the perfect time to use
Shudder. Flood of frost. Rack and ruin.
super conduct with Eula
More speed.
to break the shield? Wow, that was fast. That was over quickly. And his dying message got cut off mid. Well, and now we're almost dead, but that's not important right now. That's a problem for later me. Ah. But you. Actually, no, I have Beto. Did that not hit? Because I was on a higher plane. Is this not one of those things? I guess not. Well, let's climb up this. Everything looks very damp, I have to say, as well. But I think that's mainly like the greens and the browns that they use. Probably also something to do with the lighting, but the color that they've chosen for this rock definitely makes everything look a lot lusher. We're getting close. Here's a mysterious door puzzle thing that looks like it has an entrance on the top. I bet you gotta use some sort of electro thing. Or maybe not. Maybe it gives you electro charged. And there he goes. Nice. Ah! And now that he comes out.
I must leave no... Well met. Yeah.
So, okay, so you know what time it
Beg for
is.
mercy.
It's time to keep doing this, and then if you want to give me a nice attack. Yeah, something like that.
Shudder.
And then we just do this. Nice one of those.
Crush.
And then shred on that one.
Beg for mercy.
And then that wasn't enough? That's a shame.
Give up.
That was. Interesting, so it looks like we gotta... What? Go through here? No. Don't know what that's about. I do know, however, we should be able to climb over it. Or maybe we would if the climbing mechanics weren't so jank. So I guess we'll go around this way. Yeah, I think that's gotta be one of my biggest complaints is like a whole, like, in general gameplay thing. What you can climb over and some of the things that you can't surmount in the game are quite annoying. There's gotta be something, right? Like, am I just not doing it right? Does it have to be...
There's still a long road ahead.
Does it have to be somebody else who does it? Like... That's what these are for, right? Aren't you supposed to use Electro on them?
Alright, let's go.
Well, either way.
Yahoo!
Oops, didn't want to do that. At least not the plunge part. I wonder, can you stop fall damage like this? Maybe. I'd imagine you'd be able to just jump off and then... Let's try it over here. Oh, slid off. But I imagine if you fell, you'd be able to just... This is Electro, right? Yeah. Do we have any other Electro catalysts besides... Lisa? Or is she the only one? Let's see. We've got Beto, Razor, catching. Beto, Razor, catching Lisa. Official. Actually, there's a character list. Why am I doing this? That's not this.
If you
That's
ever
my
want to trade
character
tactics,
list.
I'm always ready.
Character archive. Let's see. How many Electro characters do we have? Catching, Official, Beto, Razor, and Lisa. That really is it. Can I sort by... yeah, let's sort by elemental type. Let's see. 5 Animo, 4 Geo, 5 Electro, 4 Water, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 Fire, and 8 Ice. Well, that doesn't surprise me. Lots of ice characters. You know, we've got Ganyu, Eula, and Ayaka. Fire doesn't surprise me either, because usually games are kind of bloated towards either fire or just like red characters. Usually have some bloat to them. That doesn't surprise me. It does surprise me though that we've only got Albedo, Zhongli, Noelle, and Ningguang as Geo characters. That surprises me a little bit. But what you gonna do? I guess it does surprise me that there are only 5 Electro characters. And Official's like a sub DPS battery. I don't know what people use Lisa for. She's not really used that much, I don't think. But also probably for like a sub DPS maybe. Maybe a main DPS. But she kind of seems like she'd be useful for like spamming her E and then getting a bunch of stacks on an enemy. Or popping her ult for like a field. And then obviously Razor's a main DPS. And he's like an main DPS like on field carry. Unlock this. Did I get the good one? No, I got Weapon Ascension. Interesting. And then, if we continue on... oh, lavender melons. How convenient. Did I only get 2 there? I did. So, this is not the right way that you're supposed to go about doing this. But it's the way I'm gonna go about doing this. Which is me saying, I don't wanna go all the way around, so instead I'm just gonna climb straight up. Yeah, I think it's kinda interesting. We've got... I mean, Beta's a main DPS, but she could work as both. She could work as a support, or she could work as main DPS. Razor's main DPS. And catching's a DPS. What are you? What do I get if I whack you? Hello. Or do I follow you? Where'd he go? Interesting. Is this something? It is. Ah, I guess he turns into that. That's kind of fun. It's kind of like fun and interesting. Okay, so... where are we on the map? Let me get a closer look. Before we, plot out. I mean, we were originally going over here. So it looks like I can just keep going up forward. As long as I just keep moving up, it seems. Okay. So I guess what we'll do is we'll just kind of circle around. It looks a little less steep if we go over on this side. There's something. Oh, there's the teleport thing. Yeah, and we can kind of like run up this. Yeah, this is much better than the... I mean, this isn't much better, but... Yeah, this seems a lot more enjoyable going up than the sheer cliff that we saw over on the other side. Try to get up on this ledge. Look, there's even a oh, psych.
Leave it all to me.
Ah, this is actually perfect, all of you. If you could all just shoot, please. I guess not. That was kind of anticlimactic, but...
The odds are against us.
The odds are against us, you say, Eula.
Crush.
You say that, but
I condemn you.
it's an easy win, except for that one that got stuck all the way down. Oh, you're not that far. That's not that bad. I don't know how you're standing on this, though. Maybe that'll respawn you up top. You, on the other hand, I don't know what I'm gonna do. You're actually on, like, land, which is nice. I'll send you down the cliff as well. Hopefully that'll spawn both of you up top. I guess not.
I must leave no stone unturned.
What a jank little fight we have going on right here. Man, this was not a good placement for enemies. Please tell me you just respawned at the top. Please tell me you respawned. I guess not. You know, if you're gonna be flying all the way down this cliff, even if you do slide down, could you just respawn at the top and not make me chase all the way down? That's the other thing, I guess, too. Is enemies either getting flung and then respawning at the top, getting stuck in like a loop of respawning with full health. And then the other side of it, like this, enemies getting launched off and then you having to chase them down and then go all the way back up. In my opinion, I'd rather they just take more damage when they fall, because sure, there might be some cases where it's overpowered, and sure, like for like the Jean mains and everything, that'll be easier because of her E, but it's not any different from when you can knock enemies into water. Water isn't everywhere, and these high cliffs where enemies are nearby aren't everywhere either. Increased fall damage isn't going to do a lot in places like on flat places or in some of the domains where you're in like a sealed off area. But, not domains, Abyss, and I guess they'll level up Ascension Quest. But it's not something that's going to be... Sure, it might seem overpowered in some places, but it's only in specific scenarios, right? You're not always standing by a large cliff to fall off of. Consequently, you could argue that one way to deal with all those enemies in that one spot, like, oh no, I'm surrounded by 7 enemies, you're on a cliff. So one way to deal with the numbers would be to not directly fight them and knock them off. And I'm finally up here at the shrine. The wrong way to get up here. Here's a viewpoint. Very nice looking picture. A teleport waypoint. And the nice stairs leading up the front side of the mountain we were supposed to come by. Hello, Hitomi. Welcome to the Grand Narukami Shrine. I've encountered some trouble. So how does this work? Okay. Okay, I see, yeah. Pretty open-minded. Interesting. Haha. Okay, so let's look at this other dialogue option. Tell me more about the shrine. Place for making offerings and performing ceremonial affairs. Okay. Everything's done in accordance with Her Excellency. Ah, yay Miko. Very busy. Yep. Okay. Neat. So I guess... Hello, Yamada. What are you doing? Drawing fortune slips. Sorry about that. Change your mind and lift the Sakoku degree. Curse or great curse? Business isn't bad, huh? I see. What are you talking about, though? Ah. Yep. Interesting. How does this work? What's this? Ah. The tree. That's a pretty cool looking tree. Ah, and this is a nice shot. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. A sword billet. Quaint feints. A new ability for Electrograna. Ah, interesting. Her elemental energy is less than equal to 50%. Ah, that'll be helpful. I wonder if this applies everywhere, if it's just in the overworld or just in Inazuma. Because if it applies everywhere, like in domains now, this would be really good for Razor, because he'll have to worry about getting his energy back for his ult less. All the way up to 50. Interesting, so I guess this is where we use sigils for now. Looks interesting. Okay. Okay, so it is a temporary overworld thing. I see. Increase to 20, so 5-second increase. Negation 2. 8 instances. All the way up. Interesting. This will just be like an Inazuma thing. And like the prospering tree. I want a fortune slip. Yes, I'd like one. Take this thing over here. Bamboo slip, a matching slip of paper. That means you got bad luck. I mean, yeah. Mm-hmm. This is pretty funny, actually. Let's get that slip. Sure. Why not? Here you go. Let's see what we got. Not bad. We didn't get, so what did we get? Whoa. Oh. I guess I gotta check in here. Let's read all these quick. Electro sigils. Craft. Interesting. Award. A love letter. The invitation letter. The ledger. The gift. Chang the knot. The fortune slip. Ragged list of goods. Lightly perfumed letter. Yep. And these. Okay, so what was this? Modest fortune. Fallen pinecone. Interesting.
Narukami, please. See that he stays safe.
Well, why don't we do this? Oh, hello, another person. What if we just went like...
Time to scout.
Bye. What are those down there? What are these down here? Interesting. This will be fun to explore. That a gate? That torii I see up there? Ah, I knew there was gonna be something down here. Hello, Electro Sigil. Now what are you? Are you gonna hurt me? You're gonna do nothing. Interesting. Summon Electrograna. I've got an Electrograna, everybody. Watch out. Firefly. Missed him. We have not gotten a lot done with the story at all. That's okay. I mean, it's not. That's the whole purpose of doing this, but... Where's that teleport waypoint? Is it down here? Ah. Right here. I'm just gonna walk by you. I guess I'll just head on in.
So, this is the kind of place where the big shots of Inazuma live, huh? Paimon kinda expected it to be... snazzier.
It's hard to top the Dawn Winery. What kind of response is that? Sure. Diluc's got a nice winery. But it's got nothing on the Jade Chamber, the literal flying house. Although I guess it's not very flying right now.
Welcome at last to the Kamisato residence, honored guests. Miss Kamisato is delighted to finally meet you.
Does she know?
Is this the Shirasage Himegimi you keep going on about? So, Where's she at?
Probably behind the building screens.
Oh, behind the screen?
Yes. As the daughter of the Yashiro Commission, this is how Miss Kamisato is accustomed to receiving guests.
I see.
Consider it a time-honored tradition within the Yashiro Commission. Forgive me if this is an unwelcome surprise.
No, I think I get it.
Makes sense. She's a super important person after all.
Please forgive my lack of courtesy for receiving you in this fashion, especially following such a long and wearisome journey over the sea.
Is that Erica Mendez?
I have awaited your arrival with great anticipation, and Toma assures me that you do indeed possess the power to change the tide of the times. At present in Inazuma, in the name of the Vision Hunt Decree, the people's aspirations are being senselessly trampled underfoot. Though the Yashiro Commission serves the Shogun, it is the people with whom we share close bonds, given the contact we are required to have with them in the performance of our duties.
I guess it is. It is indeed Erica Mendez.
A commission's power rises and falls with the trust of their people. Thus, we cannot remain indifferent to this situation without also remaining indifferent to our own fate. Traveler, lend us your power, and we can...
I'm just here to meet the Raiden Shogun. I did not come to start a rebellion. Oh, I'm just here to meet the Raiden Shogun. Oh.
See, milady, it's just like I said. This will take us nowhere.
Bye.
No, please! Wait! Please, don't go!
Ooh, I like the purple too, now that we have Electro. That looks nice.
I will introduce you to the Raiden Shogun on one condition. You must fulfill 3 small wishes on my behalf.
So we're a genie now?
What are your wishes?
First rule, you can't wish for more wishes.
They pertain to 3 whose visions were taken from them. Perhaps once you've met them, you will understand.
Also, I was gonna do the thing that the genie does in Aladdin, but I don't remember what he says. Oh. What? Did I get DC'd? Really?
So, this is the kind of place where the big shots of Inazuma live, huh?
I think I got DC'd.
Welcome at last to the Kamisato residence.
Is this the Shira... Oh,
We're just gonna skip through this real quick.
Consider it a time-honored tradition.
Please forgive my lack of I have awaited at present in... Though the Yashiro, a commission's power... Traveler, lend us... Oh...
See, milady, it's...
No, please! Wait! I will introduce you...
What are your wishes?
They pertain to...
Ah, 3 visionless people.
A warrior who guards a village, a former samurai who helped carry out the Vision Hunt Decree, and a swordmaster determined to become the best in the world. Does Paimon got that right?
And they all went blind.
Correct. Please do all you can to help them. I will await your return here.
You know what? I think we're gonna be a little bit, we're gonna be a little insensitive and indifferent.
Then you have my gratitude.
I'm sure you'll do great.
Let's see, anything in here? Is she a ghost? There's no man behind the curtain. Or Ayaka either. Well. What's this? The estate. Interesting. Commission staff. Interesting. Well, we gotta come all the way over here. But I'm gonna grab some water, so I'm gonna teleport over to the statue to heal up real quick. And I'll be right back after I get some water. I'm back.
Aristocratic etiquette is all just for show. Just smile and nod along. I was forced to learn all of the rules by heart, but even I don't take them that seriously.
That's Sheila. Well, looks like we need to go over here. I do actually, before we do that. I'll do that later. I want to check out that commission thing.
Let's see. Where's the person Ayaka told us about?
Ayaka. What is this, Persona 5?
Why are you doing this? Why leave all of a sudden, after all these years?
Right?
Precisely. It's much too sudden. We've had no time to prepare. The children are desperate for you to take them out to play. Please, we urge you to reconsider.
That must be the guy Ayaka told us about. Let's go over and see.
Hello.
If you want my opinion, something to do with the Vision Hunt decree. It's clear that Tejima had done nothing wrong, and still they confiscated his vision. After that, he became a completely different person.
A completely different person, you say?
I can't claim to fully understand it, but I could tell that he'd lost something very important to him. He went off on a walk, alone, circled the village a few times, and then out of the blue, he announced that he was going to leave and become a wanderer. Truth be told, we aren't sure whether trying to keep him here is the right thing to do. But equally, it doesn't feel right to let him leave when he's in this state. He's a lost soul.
Seems like he's a well-respected guy around here.
Ah, you must also be here to try and convince Tejima to stay.
I love that we did this backwards, too.
Tejima has protected this place ever since he arrived here 30 years ago.
Wow.
Keeping out the treasure hoarders, fending off any monsters that draw near, resolving quarrels between the villagers. He has put an enormous amount of work into looking after this place, and we all think the world of him. But now, all of a sudden, he says he plans to leave us. We can't help but wonder, was it something we did? We will gladly apologize if that's the case. All we want is for him to stay.
You must be Tejima. So what's made you want to up and leave all of a sudden?
Me? It's not a question of why I want to leave, but a question of what reason I would have to stay.
Both of these open up the response of, but I was protecting in the village and now I can't, but... I think this one.
True, but that's not why I chose to stay here. And what made me want to come here 30 years ago? And why have I never wanted to leave in all that time? I don't have answers to those questions because I can't remember anymore. Ever since they took my vision away, it's like a slice of my memory is gone.
Interesting. I wonder if this is like a him thing, or if this is related, like if this is something that happens to everybody.
In the past, I knew I wanted to stay here. But whatever resolve I had then, it's gone now. So I thought, what's to stop me from moving around instead? The emptiness inside me will be there either way.
Okay. Well, in that case, if we help you rediscover the reason you chose to stay, you won't need to leave anymore, right? But if you can't remember anything, it's not gonna be easy. Oh, maybe if you just try a little harder to remember, then it'll all come flooding back?
Yeah, get good, scrub. Remember harder.
Oh, that reminds me. Last time I brought Tejima some fruit, I do believe I saw him writing in a diary.
A diary, you say?
I keep a diary? If you say so. I honestly can't seem to remember.
You know what? Completely unrelated to all this, but the whole diary thing, it reminds me of, the episode of Violet Evergarden, where, the woman has her writing all those letters. What was it? I'm gonna check. See which episode that was. I'm gonna make sure I'm getting this right. Episode 10 in the anime. And that's all I'll say about that one. I think it's episode 10. But anyway, I mean, I'm sure if you've seen Violet Evergarden, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't seen Violet Evergarden, you should really... There it goes again. If you haven't seen Violet Evergarden, you really should. We're Groundhog Daying. I know for a fact this is not a DC, because I am completely fine. The stream is completely fine. I don't know how I can get dropped, but still be streaming.
So what's
Me? It's
Everyone
not
depends on
true.
you.
And what made me want... I don't have answers to... In the past...
okay? What? Oh, maybe.
Oh, that
I keep...
He does keep a diary.
Yes, you do. And what's more,
Excuse
I
me?
remember you saying at the time that you wanted to make a note of a few interesting things. Things which would prove very important at a later date.
Yes, he's secretly been testing various recipes, and he's writing down his findings so he will definitively know what the best recipe is, so he can make, I don't know, whatever I'm going with this.
Perfect! So if we want to keep Tejima from leaving, we just need to find his diary. It must be around here somewhere. Let's take a look.
If you don't mind, we will leave you to find the diary. We should head back to the village to inform the others of Tejima's situation.
We gotta find clues. Well, here's a log.
This looks like Tejima's diary, all right. Let's see what we have here.
Beware the 7 heads.
Today, the villagers and I got together to cook dry braised salted fish. I messed up and burned mine a little, so I had to pretend that it was black snakehead instead. Today, I helped rescue a kid who had fallen in the water. After I pulled him out, he told me that his best friend Bamboo was still in the water. I searched the water the whole afternoon before finding out that Bamboo was the name of his pet crab.
That's a good one.
I went kite flying today. The string broke, so I chased after it as fast as I could. I soon realized I was never going to get it back, so I just found somewhere to sit and watch as it flew away into the distance. Seems like your average diary of daily village life. Huh? Wait! There's more! I went to pray at the shrine again today and stayed there a while. The Omamori you gave me has faded a little, but it is still my most treasured possession. Now that's the kind of info we're looking for. Time to pay a visit to the shrine.
So they're kind of like letter entry. It's like a letter entry diary. And on top of that, we're still getting raindrops.
I wish it could be like this all the time.
So this is the Omamori Tejima wrote about. Interesting. Looking at the color and the design, Paimon would have thought it belonged to a child. But anyway, if he had this with him all the time, there's a chance some of his elemental energy remained on it. Do you think that it might come in handy?
Maybe. Maybe he'll, like, have a blast from the past. Find clues in the diary. I'm not sure this is how this works, but okay.
Here we are! This seems to be somewhere that Tejima visited a lot. The soil looks like it's been disturbed. Maybe Tejima buried something precious here. Something that kept him in the village all these years? Must be something pretty amazing if it made him stick around for 30 years. Let's dig it up and take a look. It looks like a letter. The paper's gone yellow. Must have been written a really long time ago. Konda Village. Sounds so familiar. Where is that place again? Huh. So the reason Tejima came here was to wait for someone. But he's been here for 30 years. Oh, guess they didn't show up in the end, huh?
Well, Paimon, head of bone.
Well, let's go give Tejima his stuff back and take it from there.
Wow, now we got a letter and a war. This really is Violet Evergarden. Lost memories?
Well, I'll be. That's certainly my handwriting. And I guess the Omamorian letter belonged to me too. But I have no memory of anything that's written in this diary. Still, it's clear that I was waiting for someone here, and that I chose to wait for 30 years. Over the years, I must have made a note of anything interesting. Anything that I could share with her when we were finally reunited. And just look at all the things that did happen over the years. The time has flown by so quickly. 30 years feels like the blink of an eye. How could I have forgotten something so important to me? Now that I think about it, when my vision was taken from me, it felt like I'd suddenly been hollowed out. Love, regret, everything I felt for her, it's all disappeared.
What kind of question is this? Does that make you feel sad?
No, not especially. After all, I've forgotten who she was. Her face, her voice, the things we experienced together. I barely recall any of it. It's as if she'd never been in my life to begin with. As if all these years have been nothing but a hazy dream.
I'm sorry, I think I'm starting to see where they're going with this.
Maybe not. If this is something I waited most of my life for, I suppose I should carry on waiting. Although, what if she were to turn up eventually, only to find I didn't remember so much as her name? Wouldn't that be upsetting for her?
Would it though? But you'd still be waiting here even if you didn't remember who she was.
When I think about it like that, I do feel a slight tinge of sadness in my heart. How curious. Why am I thinking like this when I don't even remember who she is? It's just like that feeling of emptiness, the feeling that something is missing. Thank you both for helping me reconnect with my reason for staying here. I shall remain here and keep waiting for her.
Tejima seems to be dealing okay, but still, it makes Paimon really sad. Seems it's just like Ayaka and Toma were saying. If you lose your vision, you lose all your hopes and dreams too. That certainly explains the state Tejima was in earlier. At least we were able to help him, weren't we? Well, let's go find the next person. According to Miss Kamisato, the second one who lost their vision is a samurai from the Tenryou Commission.
So I guess what the idea here, the bit that they're trying to do, is to show us what the Vision Hunt Decree has done and how it affects people in order to try and get us to help her.
They say the Tenryou Commission is directly controlled by the Shogun. They're the ones responsible for maintaining law and order in Inazuma, the ones actually enforcing the Vision Hunt Decree. But why would they take action against one of their own?
Because that's called a double standard.
Paimon doesn't get it. Huh? There seems to be some commotion over there. Let's go see what's happening.
I'll ask one more time. Do you intend to withhold this month's emergency provisions?
The entire clan is counting on that food! We demand an explanation!
How many times do I have to say it? I don't know anything about emergency provisions!
You dare deceive us? Those provisions are essential! Do you understand? Not some goods to be pocketed by greedy samurai!
None of these
You
voices fit.
samurai think you can just do whatever you please? The Tenryou Commission will hear of this!
Oh, huh? And who are you? One of Kurosawa's gang, no doubt.
What? We just happened to be passing by. We heard the commotion and came to see what the matter was.
I
So
see.
what is the matter?
You seem to have come just at the right time. Perhaps you can help us settle this matter. This is Kurosawa. He's a samurai and a member of the Shogun's army. They issue emergency provisions to the area, and he's the one responsible for distribution. In the past, we'd simply ask him for provisions and everything would be delivered. Now, he suddenly refuses to give us anything. He's keeping the provisions for himself, I just know it. We'll starve without them.
No one seems to care about us. We used to think Kurosawa was a kind man, but he's shown his true colors. He's the same as all the other samurai. It's no wonder all the visions have been confiscated. The Raiden Shogun doesn't need people like him helping her rule the nation.
This must be one of the people Ayaka asked us to help. But why would she ever want us to help someone like him?
For the reasons that we just went over with Tejima.
Maybe we should talk to Kurosawa and see what he has to say.
Oh, poor Paimon. Poor Paimon.
I've never even heard of these emergency provisions. I don't know whether it's rumors or whether they're trying to blackmail me. But either way, it's ridiculous. If I was hoarding supplies, would I still be the poor man I am today? My own family can barely get by as it is. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got other matters to attend to. And that's the first bit of truth I've heard all day. The Shogun's army told me that I was unworthy of my vision. And they said I was slacking off in my work. Apparently, I'd even disappointed the Raiden Shogun. And that's why they confiscated my vision.
Well, that's strange. You were helping enforce the Vision Hunt decree. Why would you be unworthy of your vision?
It was double standard.
To be honest, I don't seem to remember the details. All I know is that I would perform certain things every month. But I don't recall what they were. And it's not just that. I have this unsettling feeling, like someone owes me something.
Interesting.
Does it have to do with the missing emergency provisions?
I didn't take any. Like I said, if I was taking them for myself, I wouldn't be going through such hard times right now. To top it all off, my house was just raided by treasure hoarders, which is why I came here in the first place. I was chasing after them when I got held up by these two. If you don't believe me, go find the treasure hoarders yourself. If there were any emergency provisions to be had, they would have found them.
Huh. He seems to be telling the truth. But we better confirm. Let's go round up those treasure hoarders and see what they have to say. We should be able to follow their tracks. They couldn't have gone too far.
Well, if it's treasure hoarders, you say. That's not too far at all, but we are gonna very quickly go back and heal because Yanfei is almost dead. Ooh, yeah. So well, we're just moving over here looking for the treasure hoarders. Hello, Fox. What do? Do you do something? Do you just run away, or? I guess so. Well, we're looking for the treasure hoarders. The Unite and Fight has ended. We're gone into like the second round. And Grand Blue. So just some more time. Ah, here they are.
We really outdid ourselves this time.
Treasure hoarder Ken.
All those samurai houses packed with goods. We really hit the jackpot. I mean, besides that one house.
You haven't seen anything yet. There'll be a lot more where this came from. Today's just the beginning. I'll be leading you all on an epic journey of pillage and plunder that will go down in hoarder history.
Will it though?
You demand, boss!
These seem like the treasure hoarders we're after. Let's teach them a lesson!
Yeah. With the power of... With the power of Vaporize.
Oh, there goes all the Mora. We worked hard to steal that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, boss. Think of something.
Why don't people understand that not doing any work is the hardest work of all?
Not bad, kid. You ever think of joining the treasure hoarders? We could use someone like you.
I hear you've been to
Kurosawa.
Kurosawa's.
Oh, I remember. So he's the one who sent you after us, huh? Just our luck. I knew we shouldn't have hit that place.
So what did you see inside? Was it stuffed with food supplies?
No.
Food supplies? You kidding? That place was a complete mess. All we found was a strange-looking box, hopefully with valuables inside. I didn't want anyone else to see it, so I was planning on opening it myself once we got back. But now that you've caught us, how about we make a deal? That little box for our freedom. What do you say?
You've got a deal. Now show us what's in the box.
Huh?
What the?
There's nothing in here but IOUs!
Yeah, a lot of them too. And they all seem to be made out to the owner of a general goods store, a Miss Aoi. We're talking tons of Mora here. We better talk to this Miss Aoi and get to the bottom of this. As for you guys, you're free to go. Just pray that our paths don't cross again.
Or you know, we could immediately double cross them and beat them up and arrest them right now because there was only a verbal contract and this isn't leeway, so...
Yes, of course. So, we redeemed ourselves for some IOUs. Does that mean we broke even?
Shut it. Let's just get out of here.
So now we've got a mysterious box of IOUs, but I think that is where let's see, let's get a nice like no, let's do this side. I think that's where we're going to end it today. So we'll move over and I'll get the music going. Now, of course, as hopefully, as we all know by now, if you don't, maybe it's the first stream, I'll say it again. Tomorrow, we will not be streaming. Normally, I stream at 3 PM EST, but I do not stream on Sundays. So, the next time that I will be streaming will be on Monday. Hopefully. But then, the week after that, I will not be streaming that entire week. Or maybe, I guess something that's more correct to say would be, it definitely won't be streams like this. I'll be going on vacation, so I probably won't be streaming at all. Mainly just because I don't know what kind of Wi-Fi we're gonna have. We're gonna be out at like a kind of like pseudo camp resort kind of place. But I don't know how good the internet's gonna be. I don't want to try and stream over data either. So there won't be any streams. If they will be streams, they'll probably be like some like mobile game streams. I have a channel over on Omelette Arcade that I'm going to use like stream from my phone. You can follow me over there. I might do some exclusive streams over there. Nothing like that big, just some maybe on Sunday. It'll probably be on Sundays at odd times. I might stream for a little bit over there, but I will be using Omelette You can follow me if you want, but I won't be streaming on Omelette next week. Not next week. 2 weeks from now. I won't be streaming on there. I'll be using Omelette to stream directly to Twitch. But you can still follow me. You might get an alert, I don't know, but it will be on Twitch. If you follow me on Twitch, you'll get the alerts, and it should be at the same time if I do it. I will say though, I believe it'll be from the 8th to the 15th is when that will be. Don't plan on me streaming. You shouldn't plan for me before, like next week too. Leading up to it, I'll reiterate this again. I probably won't be streaming, but if I do stream, it probably won't be at 3. They might be at 3, it might be later, but I probably won't stream. So be sure to follow my Twitter, because that's when I'll send out a tweet saying that I'll be streaming. But if I don't, you'll know why. I just won't be streaming that week. But that's a problem for later in the future. But anyway, as for right now, no stream tomorrow. But on Monday, 3 PM EST, we will be back, probably with some more Genshin. Depending on when this new story event comes out, I might be streaming Grand Blue Fantasy instead. I'll have 2 different ways to do that. One will be through Omelette, which I'll do anytime I don't directly have access to my stream setup. But for now, I think I'll be doing, if I do stream it normally, it'll just be using the browser version on Chrome. But yeah, next week, 3 PM, Monday. Either playing Genshin, or depending on when things turn out, we might be playing Grand Blue Fantasy. And of course, there's always the odd chance, if something shows up, I might play Magikami as well. But I don't think I will. I think it'll be a while for that, because Chapter 8 just came out. So, if I wanted to do my normal 2-chapter setup, we'd only get 1 stream out of that, because the last chapter we did was 6. And then 7 came out, and then 8 just came out a couple days ago. I might stream, however, later in September. I think they're supposed to have a Round 2 EVO Magifest, so I might stream then. But anyway, that's enough of me talking. The important thing, I'll say it one more time, 3 PM EST on Monday is the next time we'll be streaming. We will not be streaming tomorrow, but I'll just mute up and let the rest of the song play out.